You've gone from 70 to 90 services, and you provide over 90 services now. Yeah. You provide all these services, and we've talked about a couple of them. I want to focus in just on a few. One of them is the whole idea of security, and you've talked about the idea of, for instance, automatically the AWS solution prevents DDoS attacks, or at least mitigates them for customers.
Yeah. So we have one new service that we have enabled for customers. There's two versions of that one. One is called AWS Shield, and basically it protects all of our customers from DDoS attacks at what's called the volumetric level and the state change level. Those are the most common attacks. It's basically attackers trying to flood your network capabilities, or trying to sort of manipulate the protocol state of, for example, the TCP protocol. That's about, I think, roughly about 85% of the attacks that are out there. And then we already had capabilities for customers as well, called the Web Application Firewall, which they could use to sort of block traffic at the edge when we're talking about HTTP level. Now, there are some of our customers that are concerned about very large or very sophisticated HTTP level attacks. And for them, we have a service that's called AWS Shield Advanced that gives them access to a 24/7 DDoS team, and that also gives them sort of cost protection with respect to our services. So on the Elastic Load Balancer, on Route 63 and on CloudFront, if these very advanced sophisticated attacks may cause customers to incur additional cost, we will cap that cost for them as part of that program.
So just to take it into, you have customers that are huge, you have customers that are small. My fixation was on this poor blogger who got nailed because he had a DDoS attack on him, and it almost ruined him. His provider would no longer supply him with services because they were being swamped. And are you saying that somebody, even if that small, comes to AWS, they're going to get that same level of service?
I think small and large customers all are protected by Shield standard. This comes default with AWS. Yeah, this is not something that we only enable for one or two of our customers. Shield Advanced is something different because you get access to, the DDoS team and things like that. So that is probably only something that very advanced customers will be using. But it might be that might be younger business. Look at some of the young businesses that have grown up on our platform, whether it's Tinder or whether it's Airbnb or whether it's Dropbox or Uber or whatever. All of these companies have grown up on the cloud, and as such, are as much concerned about protecting their customers as that maybe the largest enterprises would be.
In many cases, their new customers are suspicious of their ability to control security, and so you're adding something to the startup that they really need.
Absolutely. AWS is responsible for security of the cloud, and we're doing a really good job at that, I believe. We also give customers very good tools to be able to protect themselves on top of the cloud, and we give them a lot of best practices and guidelines. So we have a whole approach called security by design, which means that you design your systems from the ground up with security in mind. Sort of best practices of how we operate ourselves, but how our customers can create a complete secure application environment for themselves as well, where they know they have visibility into everything and control.
Okay, and the democratization of you talked about that in your presentation, and with these services. A couple I just want to focus on with you. First of all, the whole idea of the data storage, data analytics, and you talked about being, one of your favorite services being the original storage service, but also adding the analytics to that. What does that do for businesses of all sizes in being able to deal with analytics using services from AWS?
Well, I think one of the things that we see when you talk about democratization is that given the state where the AWS cloud is now, with well over 90 services, as you mentioned, everybody has access to the same capabilities. Yeah, whether you're a young business, a medium, small and medium business, or you're the largest enterprise in the world, everybody has access to the same capabilities. So now it becomes important, what are you going to do with it? Yeah? How are you going to apply your unique capabilities to when you have all these services? One area, as you mentioned to you, is around data. Yeah, I think one of the bigger competitive differentiators are going to be how are you going to do data-driven decision making? Yeah, and so many enterprises are very much interested in this. Yeah, really being able to surface more information about their organization and be able to create additional efficiencies or help it drive better customer engagement or maybe create more safety on the factory floor. Yeah, all of those are sort of the new approach to becoming a data-driven company. I believe that the kind of unique analytics capabilities that AWS is giving to customers help them start to think about what are the insights that I would like to have out of my data and how easy is it to create it.
Yeah.
And so we give a variety of tools there, from more the data processing side of things with Elastic MapReduce and with Batch, all the way over to QuickSight. So Redshift is our data warehouse service, but it still requires some technical capabilities to actually operate it. But we created an analytics service called QuickSight. Makes it easy for customers, even the most non-technical customers, to point at data sources. We'll discover how this data source, what the metadata is. We'll suggest analytics for you. We'll suggest visualization for you, making sure that even the most non-technical business unit can become data-driven.
So I've heard it from the CTO of Amazon. If you want to do something and you want to explore what's happening with the Canadian Amazon Central region, this is the thing you do. Find something. We're no longer limited by technology, we're limited by our imaginations. Find a small project, find something that's going to have a major impact on your business, try it out.
Yep.
Mr. Vogels?
And it will be very successful.
A real pleasure. Thank you very much.